So, do you want to feel better after 60? Yeah, do you want to feel more energized, more revitalized, more full of life? Yeah? Well, if you're in general health, yeah, watch this video for a few steps that you can take to improve and enhance the way you feel. Obviously, if you have medical conditions, please seek advice from your healthcare provider, as I am not a medical person. I'm just giving advice on my own personal routine that helps me to feel energized. Okay, so you want to feel better after 60, yeah? You want to feel better. Who doesn't, actually? Who generally doesn't want to feel better? Well, one way to feel better, I would say the first step is to get enough sleep. Sleep. A lot of people are sleep deprived. Even if we do manage to get to bed, a relatively early time, and they do say 2 hours before midnight is really, really golden, yeah, because the body repairs during that time. It has time to recover from any, damage done during the day. It's just a great time to go to bed. So if you can get to bed by around 10 o'clock-ish, that'd be ideal. However, we may find ourselves going to bed around 10, half 9, 9 o'clock even, right? But if we're going to bed and we're taking devices to our bed with us, then are we really still getting this quality sleep? So that's the hard part, isn't it? Especially in this day of technology, we're surrounded by devices, and it doesn't just affect the youth. It doesn't just affect teenagers. It affects people of all ages, right? So even if you're, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s, we have to be up to speed on technology, because a lot of society, it relies on technology, doesn't it? You have to do online banking mostly. There's just no way to really truly avoid it. If you do, it can be very inconvenient. So, how do we get to bed a decent time? How do we get enough sleep? How do we really, really get enough sleep? So the best thing to do really is, if we need to designate set times that we are on our devices. I know that there is a lot to do on devices. The internet is so interesting, but if we can set certain times where we have a cut-off point for being on our devices, then that would certainly help. That's what helps me at times. I just have to put the phone away and say, right, I'm in bed. I might be in bed 9, 10, something like that, and I might say, I'm just going to allow myself a certain amount of time to be on the device, and then you just have to have a cut-off at that point. So it's going to take discipline, yeah, as in everything else that's good for us. It takes discipline, yeah. So even if you have to, just start off, say, I don't know, 3 times a week, saying I'm going to have a cut-off point Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a cut-off, and then Thursday, Friday, and weekends you can be a little bit more lax maybe, but at least start off with 1 or 2 days a week where you can have a cut-off point, and then you will actually start to see improvements in the way you sleep. And make sure that the room you sleep in is dark, yeah, that you have maybe blackout curtains, because light is going to affect the way we sleep, yeah, because we need darkness to have good quality sleep. And if you can't get the blackout blinds, there are some lovely what do you call them, eye masks that you can put across your eyes. They're dark, you can get them anywhere, online. Again, yeah, you can use those to get yourself to sleep, so that it's dark, you're in a darkened room. That's very important when it comes to sleep, in the dark, because that's when we get good quality sleep. Our bodies are able to relax, and certain hormones are released when it's dark. Serotonin is released, and so we can relax, and it enables us to get much better quality sleep. So that is being disciplined with our devices, making sure that our room is darkened, and if we can't darken the room, at least where there's some lovely blackout eye masks that you can get, and they're not that expensive, yeah, quite affordable, and a very simple solution. So sleep, very, very important. Without sleep, we are not, well, I personally am not good for much if I don't have enough sleep. It just enables us to function much better. And as you get a little older, we do tend to need more sleep anyway. You know, I remember when I was younger, I mean, you know, in your 20s, you'd be up till, you could easily stay up till 2, 3 o'clock and not feel it the following morning. But now I don't think I could do that. No, I can't do that now. Not without feeling totally out of it the following day. Okay. And that I probably wouldn't even start to feel good until the afternoon of the following day. So it's not a good plan for me or for anyone, I think, over 60. Okay, so yeah, that's important. The next thing to do is, you know, you arise in the morning, have some time, quiet time for yourself, so you can meditate, you can unwind, you can, you know, gently ease into the day. Think about the things that you're going to be doing, that you want to be doing. You can be planning what you want to do for that day. And in that plan, hopefully, there will be things like exercise. You know, obviously, if you have to get ready for work, I do understand that, you know, a lot of us over 60s are still working quite happily, you know, and yeah, so, but in you know, if you get up a little earlier, you can have a little time for some gentle exercise in the mornings. Yeah, it's really important to just loosen up, you know, limber up. So very simple exercises. It doesn't have to be anything necessarily strenuous, even if it's just dancing to your favorite music, whatever it is, you know, stretching. Yeah, do some stretching first though, before you start doing exercise, because that helps your muscles to prepare for activity, and it helps to prevent any soreness afterwards after exercising. So, you know, we have to look after ourselves. So some gentle stretches, and then maybe some, you know, gentle exercises. And it doesn't have to be for long, because I do recognize that some people actually are working. So, you know, just do what you can in the mornings. And then have a nice breakfast, yeah, a wholesome breakfast. You know, avoid a lot of sugary cereals. I know in the mornings, you know, it tends to be a little rushed. So if you are a little bit rushed, I mean, what I tend to do is, when I'm working especially, is I'll have something like a muesli, a deluxe nutty muesli, which is no added sugar. And I will have that, a nice full bowl of that. And it has, as you'd expect, to have these lovely plump raisins in there. It's got Brazil nuts, cashew nuts, it's got oats in there, and a lot of other goodies, you know. And I have that, and you know, I have that with a little bit of oat milk or something like that. But before that, I will have some fruit. Yeah, I'll have fruit, which is important as well. I have, you know, fruit, whatever fruit is there, blueberries, oranges, tangerines, grapefruit. And in terms of supplements, supplements that are useful, you can get a range that are, you know, for over 60s, you know, that has all the minerals that you need. Those might be useful. You know, if you just have to test your body and see what works for you. I mean, things like cod liver oil, you know, just to keep your joints and everything supple. Collagen might be very useful to take. You know, to avoid you know, it just gets rid of the fine lines and wrinkles and sort of plumps up the skin. But water is the number one, really. Water intake is very important. So in terms of diet, you've got water. We should be having at least 2 litres a day. Yeah, 2 litres a day. If you're not used to drinking water, start with 1 litre a day. Yeah, and build it up. Yeah, if you're not used to drinking a litre a day, which, you know, just try and drink a certain amount of cups a day of water, you know, as much as you can, and cut down on things like hot, you know, beverages if you can, coffee, tea, if you can, or at least try and replace some of those drinks with water, because water is the best drink for the body, you know, for the tissues in the body. It plumps it doesn't dry the skin out, it hydrates. That's what it does. Where things like coffee and alcohol can be very, very drying to the skin. I mean, I do facials and I do notice that, you know, I can always tell people who drink water because their skin is beautifully hydrated. I can always tell people who drink a lot of alcohol too because it's extremely dry skin. And if I'm putting oil on their skin, as in when I'm massaging, the oil just seeps into the skin. It's so desperate for hydration, and so I'm noticing, wow, this is just absorbing all the oil that I'm putting in. So I keep putting more oil on, you know. So you just need, the body needs water, and you know, I'm 60, and I you know, I do have wrinkles, you know, but my skin is very plump. You know, it depresses. It's not dry at all. It isn't dry, and that's because of water. I just like drinking water. So please improve, increase the amount of water that you're drinking. Very important. Cut down on sugar. Sugar is not the best thing, you know. It really isn't. It's just not great for the body. You know, sure, I mean, we have sugar. If you have fruit, you have enough sugar, really. There's no need to buy added sugar, you know. I mean, I don't even think I've ever bought the packets of sugar that you can get, like granulated sugar. If I have, it's probably because children wanted it, but for myself personally, I have never bought the packet sugars that you get, because I'm thinking, wow, sugar is like, you know, no, it's just no. You know, so I mean, but having said that, I mean, obviously we buy fruit, you know, and sometimes we might have biscuits, and all those things have sugar in them. So it doesn't, for me, there's no need to buy the packet of sugar to add to tea and whatever, because I don't drink tea anyway. So, you know, but yeah, water is the best drink. If you can't have water on its own, you could put a slice of lemon in there, a bit of lemon juice, just to make it a little bit more palatable for you. You know, but yeah, water is fantastic. So you've got sleep, plenty sleep. Water is also very important for the body to feel hydrated. It prevents headaches. You know, I mean, I haven't had a headache for years. The only time I might have a headache is if I use something that my body doesn't agree with, like it could be a hair product, then I will get a headache, but otherwise, no headaches. No, thank goodness. Yeah, you don't need that, you know, you need a clear head. So yeah, it does prevent headaches, and headaches can be one of the body's cries for water. So, you know, it's a simple solution. Yeah, water is available everywhere, so why not use it? Okay, the next thing I would advocate for is getting plenty fresh air. Yeah, plenty fresh air. Try it if you can. Get outside and get fresh air and exercise together. Like walking is a great way. And I don't necessarily mean walking for miles. It doesn't have to be that. It can be like a 20-minute walk, you know, each day. It could be, you know, half an hour walk. It doesn't have to be like miles. It can be, though, obviously, if you can do that, it's fantastic. But I'm just saying, just for practicality, each day, just get out for 20 minutes, half an hour a day, do some lovely walking, get some fresh air. And it doesn't matter about the weather, you know. If the weather's sunny, everything's hunky-dory, isn't it? You can go for a walk beautifully. Even if it's raining, bring an umbrella. It's more important to get that fresh air than, you know, sort of saying, oh, I don't want to get wet, right? Solution, an umbrella. You're still getting the fresh air, you're getting the ions, you know, that we need, those negative ions. Yeah, so we need to just get outside, get some fresh air every day, fill your lungs up, breathe, take a few deep breaths, and just, you know, those are very simple things we can do, you know, just to help ourselves to feel better. And we can do that at any age, basically, yeah? But especially, I would say, after 60, after 50, after 60, it's just important to do these little things to take care of ourselves. And none of them are strenuous, right? Okay, sleep, that's easy. You know, drinking water, that's easy. Walking outside, that's easy, it's not strenuous. And yet all those things, you know, can compound to help you to feel much better in yourself. Okay, so, you know, we have looked at sleep, getting enough sleep. We have looked at drinking plenty of water. We have looked at fresh air. We have looked at, you know, walking generally, just to keep the body moving. Very important, extremely important. It's important not to sit too much as well, because the muscles in our butt basically can become very tight and can be very painful. You do need to move, because if we don't, you know, if we're sitting for long periods, then there are nerves that, you know, we are, the muscles will be pushing against certain nerves in our butt area, in our seating area, and that can cause pain after a while. So this is why it's good to get up and move, to walk around, not to sit too long, you know, for extended periods without getting up and moving around. It's very important. The body's designed to move, yeah? And just because you're over 60, it doesn't mean to say you stop moving. We've got to keep moving, probably even more so, okay? So, and that moving can be just going for simple walks, getting outside, getting that fresh air, and then you'll realise when you come back how amazing you feel, yeah? Just from that alone, getting the fresh air, being very conscious of it. You know, another thing is to be present, you know, not to worry. Try not to worry too much, because I mean, yes, in life there are things to be worried about, I'm sure, you know, there are, like, you know, there's lots of problems, lots of issues in life to be worried about, but practice being present, you know. If you're in bed, just be thankful that you're in your bed, you've got a cozy bed, you know. If you are able to get yourself dressed, be thankful for that in that moment, and just think, you know what, I'm really happy that I can actually do this myself. So we're talking about gratefulness here, yeah? That's the next thing, gratefulness. Being thankful in life. There's a lot of things to be thankful for. There really is. And if we really stop and think about it, you know, there are a lot of things that we do actually take for granted. I mean, we eat every day, right? You know, we get to drink every day, we get to sleep every day, we have a house we have a house every day. We have a house, we have clothes to wear, you know. These are simple things, and I've often said that, you know, even if you're constipated, right, just be thankful for that prune juice or something that relieves that. It's just the little things that are important. And I'm quite serious when I say that, because it's the little things that we are appreciative for. That's what helps to build strong people, being appreciative for the littlest things in life. That's the secret to being strong, you know, to having resilience. Very important. And so being grateful, having an attitude of gratitude is what we need, because then nothing really perturbs you. You know, you don't get knocked down very easily, because you start to see the little things to be grateful for. So although we might be surrounded by a mountain of problems, your mind will, if you train it well, if you develop that habit, that attitude of gratitude, your mind will always be searching for something to be grateful for. And those, you know, that way of thinking will keep you focused, so that you can actually solve the problems, or, you know, recognize when a problem is too big to solve, and then sometimes you might just have to accept it, that it is what it is, you know. So it just gives you clarity of mind and keeps your mind focused from going, you know, a bit haywire, because that can happen if we have too many issues. So attitude of gratitude is very, very important. That keeps people strong, mentally, you know. It really does. It just helps you to be more positive in life, and positivity is a great, it's great to be positive, isn't it? You feel better in yourself. If you have days when you're negative, and that does happen, sure, it does happen. This is life, isn't it? It happens. We can feel quite negative at times, but you notice the difference, how you feel. If you're negative, it really does impact the whole body. The way you feel, you start to droop your shoulders, you sink down like this, Whereas when you're a more positive frame of mind, you're more likely to sit up, which is very good for the lungs, the whole body, because you're giving the internal organs the space they need to function as they should. Whereas when we're crouched over like this and we're like negative, it's not good at all. We can cause problems around here in the shoulders, in the neck, because we're arching, we're putting pressure on the neck muscles. And I see a lot of people stressed in the neck and shoulders and lower back areas, because a lot of it is posture, a lot of it is because we're worried about things, a lot of it is because I think it sometimes starts in the mind. We have an attitude of gratitude, and that does affect your posture, without even realizing sometimes, because you just automatically start to sit up and feel better in yourself. Yeah, have you noticed that? Yeah, you should try it. Just start having an attitude of gratitude. Okay, and then you will see that all these things will help you. So, yeah, so go for it. Yeah, go for it. Get your rest. Yeah, write it down. Get the time that you want to go to bed. Decide when you're going to have a cut-off point with those devices. Yeah, drink your water. Decide how much water you're going to increase to, and stick to it. Yeah, get that fresh air, get outside every day. If you struggle with that, get a dog if you can. Yeah, but seriously, get an app though, with one of those apps though, with a circle. Yeah, so that you can see, you can set how many steps you need to do to close the circle. Those are very useful to have. And it's just a useful motivational tool. So yeah, do something like that to get yourself outside walking. And obviously you're walking, you're getting your fresh air, you're getting your oxygen, you're breathing deeper. You're going to feel much better, yeah. And exercise, very important. Yeah, all those things are very important. And of course, your attitude of gratitude on top of that. Wow, you're going to be so good. You're going to feel so good. Yeah, so I want you to try those things. Try them now, if it's daytime. If you're watching this in the daytime, at least write them down, and go for it. And I want to see you feeling better. I want everybody on this channel to start feeling better after 60, after 50, after 60. Yeah, I just want you to feel better in yourself. Be positive. We want to see everybody starting plumping up a little bit, with the skin, drinking that water, get rid of those headaches. Eventually, you'll start to feel much better in yourself. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, you can go to my playlists as well, and then you can see what other videos there are. Yeah, some more motivational and encouragement videos there for you. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.